So I think people get offended by that. It's like, you can have those things, but the situation that you're in, you're behind. You have body fat to lose. And so you have to go in a different direction.
Yeah. I guess it all just does come back to the fact that people are seemingly afraid of doing hard work, choosing the thing that's harder, like we were talking about earlier. And I think the more you choose the thing that's easier, and you keep choosing the thing that's easier, it's so much harder to switch it and go. So that's what it's like. What do you think someone needs to, like, seems like most people need like a real health scare in order to like really make a change.
They say that people need to have 3 health scares before they make a considerable change. So if somebody has a heart attack or something like that, a lot of times that's not enough. Like a bunch of other stuff has to happen.
That seems insane. Like if I had a heart attack, I'd be like, oh, everything's changing.
I think it's, again, the word perspective. Perspective and interpretation, I think so much lies on that. And if you, it's interesting because a lot of people I talk to, and you probably end up with the same thing, is people that come to me for diet advice and come to me and they want to make these changes and be healthier. When they start to unpack some of that and they start to tell you about it and they tell you how lazy they are with stuff, I'm like, you're not lazy. You have 3 kids. Like, and you're always picking your kids up from school. You're always taking your kids to these different sports that they play. I see you all over town all the time. I see you walking your dogs. I see you doing all these things. And you start to point out these things that people do. And it's like, dude, you're a 8 out of 10 in so many categories. You know, you're not a total maniac and you're not, 10 out of 10 on everything, but you're very disciplined in a lot of ways. And I think that when they have this weakness with their nutrition or with their fitness, I think they just think they're a total failure. But it's like, you haven't really practiced it. This is a practice. They call it jujitsu or martial arts. They call it a practice.
Yeah.
That's what we're in. Like, fitness is a practice. Lifting weights is a practice. And to go back a little bit more to the beginning when we were talking about doing hard stuff, a really interesting thing when it comes to powerlifting is it's the practice of powerlifting that will get you incredibly strong. It's not necessarily the 1-rep maxes and those types of things that are really at that highest level of intensity. Not that you don't need that, because you need that and you need to learn it. It's a skill to some degree. But the answers lie in the same place where they lie everywhere else in your life. The answers are in the 70 to maybe 85% of intensity.
Effort, yeah.
Yeah, of effort. That's where, that's in every aspect. That's in every sport. If you're playing baseball and you're just at bat and you're like trying, so hard, but if you're a little more relaxed and you just recognize that with this free throw or with this practice that you're doing, this is a practice. I'm going to be here tomorrow and I'm going to be here the day after. So it's accumulation.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And I think the reason why it seems from the outside looking in, like, obviously for me, this training stuff's it's not a problem, right? I have other problems that I'm not as great at and things in my life that I actively work on and know that I need to like put my energy towards to be better at.
I want to interrupt just for a second and say that I think that people think that you and I are so disciplined, and we might be we might be in a broad category in a bunch of areas, but we like to lift. Yeah. We like the lifestyle. We like the results. So if you had us eat like crap for 90 days and you had us like not lift, that would feel like discipline to us. We probably wouldn't even accept any amount of money to do something like that, because we're like, that's crazy. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
So for us, we're just sort of flipped the other way, discipline-wise.